Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Joint practice for the Dallas Cowboys and the LA Rams is officially in the books, under the belt, as they prepare for their first preseason game of the year. Now, in this video, we have a lot of highlights, news, notes, observations that we're going to go over in this video, and I'm going to probably talk a little bit of the breakdown of what happened today. Some guys who look really good, a rookie getting a big time interception. The Rams laid some really big hits today. Their defensive line, their pass rush are really getting it going, but so was Micah Parsons in the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to break down everything you need to know, and then at some point I'm just going to let you guys be and watch the highlights. But before we jump into the video, I want to just give a massive shout out to all of the Cowboys and the Rams media members out there, because without them, these videos aren't really possible to make. So do me a favor and go give them a follow on X right now, guys. I promise you, you will not regret it. Especially the Cowboys media members, guys. I be scrolling through my Twitter or my X, whatever you want to call it. It literally feels like I'm at practice, because not only am I getting a highlight for almost every single play, but they're also updating us with news and notes as well. So man, they are amazing. Go give them a follow on X. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk a little bit about today's practice. Now, this joint practice has, been known to getting a little bit chippy here over the past couple of seasons, but today wasn't too bad, actually. I didn't really see any fights, so that is definitely a plus. We got to saw a couple of running backs, make some moves on defenders, especially Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle is a guy that I would not be surprised at all if he starts to get, starting reps with the first team. He has been so quick in and out of his cuts, and, made one move today where you can just tell this is a guy that's going to surprise a lot of people this year. They had some more 11-on-11s where we had another catch for Jake Ferguson. He's been highly targeted in this offense ever since Dalton Schultz has been gone, and Jake Ferguson's a guy who could take a massive jump up this year. The connection that he has built with Dak Prescott already just looks really, really good, so want to keep seeing that develop going forward. We saw a little bit of Trey Lance, had a really good ball to Ryan Flournoy. Beautiful catch, high pointed it, went up there on the sideline and came down with it as well. We saw the Dak and Brandon Cooks, connection continuing to build. Now, as CeeDee Lamb continues to get back or not hold out anymore, I believe that Brandon Cooks is going to get a lot of opportunity. Him and Jalen Tolbert, in my opinion, are the 1 and 2s without CeeDee Lamb. But on this play specifically, you got to see a little bit of a dig route over the middle, play action to the running back, drops back, two-step drop back, and then fired it over the middle to find Brandon Cooks, who then made a nice little catch and run. We saw Micah Parsons add a lot of pressure onto Matthew Stafford, getting into the backfield off the edge pretty much right away, destroying the right tackle, forcing Stafford out the pocket in what would have been a sack. Stafford did throw it anyway and overthrew, I believe, Tutu Atwell anyway. Let's see what else happened here in these early portions of 7-on-7s. They handed the ball off to Zeke, who looks like he could have broke a tackle and then got to the outside for a big gain. Again, not too sure that they weren't really bringing each other down in this first little segment of 11-on-11s. So keep that in mind as well. Later on in the practice, there's going to be some big hits. Another pass to Brandon Cooks, another big run by Rico Dowdle. He's been massive. We saw Eric Kendricks really get a big time hit. Coming up the middle, and not a big time hit, but a big time stop, I guess I could say there. Try to hand it off on a halfback draw up the middle, and Kendrick just, stonewalled him. So that was cool to see. We saw a big time forced fumble on Ezekiel Elliott. Let me see. I think Ernest Jones came in, punched the football out, and forced the ball into the other direction. So that was good to see by Ernest Jones. He had a really big play. Before we get any further into the video, guys, we still have a lot to talk about. Do me a big favor, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. One, it's free. It doesn't really cost anything, it doesn't cost anything. But also, we're going to be covering the Cowboys and the Rams throughout the entirety of the preseason. And most importantly, we will be live streaming that game on my Twitch. So if you want to watch that game with me, break down the film with me, talk about training camp, make sure you follow my Twitch. You will find the link in the description, or it is just Matty Dubs with 3 S's. Whatever you want to do, if you want to watch the game with me, make sure you check it out. Also, we're going to be breaking down the film, right? All coaches 22 film. We're going to be posting videos breaking down in-depth film, offense, defense, quarterback film, whatever you guys want. We got you guys covered, so join the family. Okay, so we did have a little bit of a fight, Brock Hoffman, between some of the defensive linemen for the Rams, but again, didn't escalate too quickly there. Was pretty, nothing crazy. Like, if you watch the Lions and Giants joint practice, yeah, that was crazy. That's definitely not how this practice went. Brandon Cooks, another catch over the middle. This one pretty much open, sat in his zone, and he got a nice little ball before getting hit. Michael Parsons had another sack defensively. We saw Deontay Burnett with a nice grab along the sideline. That one was from Cooper Rush down the right sideline. Got a toe tap in there. Beautiful. Again, we saw a lot of good defense from the front line of the Rams. Jared Verse and Braden Fisk were both really productive in the pass rush, getting to, Dak Prescott, forcing him to either get outside the pocket or just, force out a ball that he didn't want to throw. So, I feel like Jared Verse and Braden Fisk are probably the big-time, noteworthy people to talk about. Mozzie Smith, unbelievable practice. There was some one-on-ones that he had versus a left guard. Destroyed him both times. Mozzie Smith looks like he could be an absolute beast. I know a lot of people are saying he doesn't look great, but I'll tell you right now, he looks pretty good. Albert Huggins as well. He had a good move. We saw a good move by Chauncey Golston. Got around the edge quickly and then drew a holding penalty, or in my opinion, was a holding penalty. We saw some more Dak Prescott to Brandon Cooks. I'm sorry I don't have too much Rams news. I know you guys are probably looking for that. But the people I follow on X right now are mainly just Cowboys reporters. So if you guys have anyone that you thought stood out in this practice, let me know in the comments down below in terms of the Rams. We also saw Kalen Carson get a really good PBU and then an interception in the red zone. And then towards the third team period, Jalen Tolbert started to get it going really quickly, about 3 catches in a matter of a couple minutes, so that was huge to see. We saw Brandon Cooks touchdown in the back of the end zone. We saw Michael Parsons sack and red zone drill on Matthew Stafford. Obviously, they don't hit the quarterback. Matthew Stafford throws it anyway, gets bobbled up in the air. He catches it himself and runs in for for a touchdown, so that was kind of funny to see. Trey Lance threw a touchdown ball to John Stevens on the other end. Again, the pass rush for the Rams continuing to just get pressure on the offense. There's not really too much else to talk about that you guys aren't going to see in the video. We talked about Kalen Carson getting a big-time interception. Tyron Billy Johnson got absolutely pummeled by a couple of different guys in the Rams. 54 and 26 did a good job just closing out on him. Troy Reeder got a big-time PBU at the goal line. That was huge to see. Want to continue to see him grow as a player. We saw Dak to John Stevens in the red zone. Micah Parsons continuing to come off the edge and make big-time plays on the quarterback. Again, had Matt Stafford step up in the pocket and then what would have been a sack. And then Cooper Rush also threw a pick in red zone as well. On this play specifically, we had, Cooper Rush dropping back in the pocket, looking left, scanning right, throwing over the middle, gets bobbled up in the air, and a big-time pick there for 59. Again, not too sure who some of these guys are here, but if I go over to the Rams depth chart, I will be able to figure it out. So 59 would be Troy Reeder. So, hey, a couple of big plays by Troy Reeder. I feel like he's a standout. I didn't even know that was really him until right now. So that was a big one. So, guys, not a bad practice. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join the family. Had a nice play with Damone Clark as well. Forgot to mention his name. Had a nice little run stuff against Boston Scott. We had Tutu Atwell had a nice move for a touchdown over Eric Scott. So that was good to see as well. But yeah, overall, guys, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I will be going live right now if you want to watch the Patriots game with me and the, I believe, Giants-Lions. I'm going to be watching a little bit of those games on my Twitch right now. So again, click the link in the description if you want to watch those games with me. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to just watch the rest of these highlights. And I'll see you guys on my Twitch or the next Cowboys update.